Hi everyone, my name is William from Own This Property, and today I'm back with another video, a review of an upcoming launch at Jurong Lake Garden called Sora. Sora is the second new launch in the area after LakeGarden Residences. If you haven't seen that video review yet, check out the link below. As always, I'll be sharing with you my unique perspective and in-depth analysis so that by the end of the video, you will have a clear understanding and strategy on whether you should buy Sora. If you like what you see, do reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll be happy to share more with you at Sora's show flat. The preview should start around the end of June 2024. And if you find that Sora is not the condo for you, not to worry because I have a list of alternatives and also the 2024 Ultimate Guide to OCR New Launches. So if you'd like a copy of the PDF, click on the Google form link below and I'll be happy to share it with you. Now back to the video. Back in July 2022, a joint venture led by Chip In Sing won the tender for the en bloc of Parkview Mansions. What's interesting here is that this en bloc resulted in a lower bid than the next door neighbor Lakeside Apartments, which is now called LakeGarden Residences, in May that same year. Looking at Sora's break-even price of $1,847 per square feet, it is 12.2% lower than the break-even price of LakeGarden Residences. Now we'll cover the price analysis in greater detail later, but this definitely bodes well for you as a buyer and presents an interesting opportunity in my opinion. Throughout this video, we'll be comparing with Lake Gardens a lot. So firstly, which condo do you think is the better looking one? Leave in the comments section below what you think. In terms of density, they are basically the same, but Sora is the larger development with 4 blocks totaling 440 units, while Lake Gardens have 2 blocks totaling 306 units. Similar to Lake Gardens, we have full facilities at Sora, which includes a tennis court and swimming pools. One point to note is that Sora's land is a thinner rectangle, which means that the units that are not facing Jurong Lake will be closer to Renqing Road. However, if you are buying a development like Sora, you should be targeting units facing Jurong Lake Garden. Now, did you know that in Singapore, there is a difference between a national park and a normal park? For example, Clementi Park and even parts of Bukit Timah Nature Reserve have already been zoned as residential according to the URA Master Plan, which means that they might eventually be cleared for future residential properties. On the other hand, national parks will forever be left untouched. And Jurong Lake Gardens is one of the 3 national parks in Singapore, which means that you will get permanently unblocked views at Sora. Looking at the unit mix of Sora, 53% of the units are 1 to 2 bedrooms, with the smallest unit a 1 bedroom plus study, while there are no 2 bedroom 1 baths, as they all start from having 2 bedrooms and 2 baths, which is a good thing. For an own-stay-centric development like Sora, this unit mix bodes well for good conditions for living, so it should perform well in the resale market in future. I'll also be doing a layout analysis in the later part of this video. On to the downside protection factors, which come in the form of good schools and MRT. Firstly, there's only Lakeside Primary within 1 km, while 6 other schools are between 1 to 2 km. The most notable school in the area is Rulang Primary, and it falls within 1 to 2 km of Sora. So for parents targeting Rulang, does it make sense to buy Sora? Looking at Rulang's primary past year registration statistics, we can see that if you fall under Phase 2A, which is for parents who are alumni, Sora, which is within 1 to 2 km, is almost guaranteed a spot. Balloting was only conducted for those who live outside 2 km. So if you are a Rulang alumni, Sora is a good condo to consider. However, if you are not an alumni and fall under Phase 2B or 2C, balloting has been conducted for people who live even within 1 km of Rulang. Hence, I think that there's virtually very little chances that your kid can get in under Phase 2B or 2C, so please choose a development wisely. Another common objection of Sora is its lack of proximity to the MRT. However, with other redeeming factors and an unparalleled unblocked view, I think that this objection might be overblown. So what I've done here is to comb through entire Singapore to find properties with good views but without any top primary schools or an MRT nearby. And the results can be surprising. Notice that all the developments are profitable with little to no unprofitable transactions. The annualized gains are also pretty good, averaging at about 3.5% per annum. Hence, properties can still perform well even if they are not within 1 km of a good school or have an MRT nearby, so long as they have other good factors going on for them. Next, let's move on to the upside case for Sora. One redeeming factor for Sora is the proximity to massive transformation, with the very successful launch of Jaden, which was 90% sold at an average price of $2,476 per square feet. The Jurong Lake District transformation is well underway. A quick recap, the Jurong Lake District transformation is expected to create 100,000 new jobs and 20,000 new homes by 2040 to 2050, and will become Singapore's second CBD. This will be a game changer for the area, and it will be interesting to see the transformation unfold from a distance across Jurong Lake. Recently, in March, the White site received 2 bids from a consortium of 5 top real estate developers, and the results should be out soon. Even if we do not factor in the massive transformation happening across Jurong Lake, I was pleasantly surprised to find in the URA master plan 2 new massive residential land plots to the south of Sora. And just as I was recording this video, breaking news. The first plot closer to Sora, which was once called Tang Dynasty City, I did not even know this place existed, but in any case, URA has just announced the plot will make way for over 2,000 homes, and said that it is to support housing demand and allow more residents to benefit from the site's proximity to greenery and amenities. So there might be amenities there next time. Whether they are HDBs or private properties, I think that these are all positive news for Sora and LakeGarden, as we are the first movers in the area, entering at current prices and ride the wave up when these new developments are launched in the future. With that, here's a quick summary of the pros and cons of the qualitative factors of Sora. Now on to the more interesting bit, quantitative analysis. One of the most important checks that I do before recommending any new launch is to see whether the resale properties in the area are profitable. If the resale is not even performing well, what makes you think that buying a new launch in the same area would buck the historical trends proven by hundreds of transactions that reflect actual resale buyer demand? So what I've done here is to look at all the condos surrounding Sora and then look at their annualized gains over the past 5 years. I've also filtered the data to reflect the size of the unit. In this case study, we'll be using 3 bedrooms since different sizes will have different profitability. And I'm happy to conclude that this area performs well, with an average annualized gains of 3.3%. If new launch is not for you, this analysis also serves as a good tool to identify which are the better resale developments to buy and which developments to avoid since they have underperformed the area. I've also done the same analysis for 2 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms, so if you are looking for those unit types, do reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll share them with you. Next, another important factor that is correlated to profitability is supply. Generally, an area with oversupply performs badly, while an area with undersupply performs well. In a similar vein, I took the same condo surrounding Sora and looked at the supply of 3 bedrooms. While you think that 3,665 3-bedroom units in the area is considered an oversupply, it is in fact not the case. Right now, there are only 58 units on sale, so if we take this number as current supply and divide it by the total supply in the area, we derive a supply ratio of 1.58%. The lower the supply ratio, the better, and this is a very low supply ratio. Developments that have a very high supply ratio are, for example, Reflections at Keppel Bay or Altez at Tanjong Pagar, which have supply ratios closer to 10%, and evidently they have not been performing well over the years. With favorable profitability and supply dynamics at Sora, let's move on to the exit strategy. It is a given that the Jurong Lake transformation will bring in a lot of demand in future. In addition, we have also established that the permanently unblocked views of Jurong Lake Gardens is a key unique selling point of Sora. So let's try to envision how selling this property will be like in the future. What I've done here is to take it one step further in our supply analysis to not only look at the condos in the area, but specific units of that condos that also have views of Jurong Lake Garden. First up, Ivory Heights is the oldest condo in the area and it TOP'd in 1986. Because it's so old, I can't find any site plan to show the unit breakdown and the facing, so we have to use an estimation that 25% of the units have some lake views. Next, Park Oasis at Chinese Garden also has the same problem of being too old and I can't find the site plan, so based on my rough estimates, about 30% of the units will have views of the lake. At the Lakeside Cluster, we have 3 condos with Jurong Lake views, And since they are newer, I managed to count the exact number of units with lake views. Do note that for park oases and condos at lakeside, they are facing the MRT tracks. So the lake views are not exactly 100% unblocked if you are on the lower floors. Lastly, across the road from Sora, Lake Life units with unblocked views have also been counted one by one. Now that is a lot of work, so please reward me by clicking on the like button and subscribing to the channel. It will really continue to motivate me to do such crazy deep dives into the analysis. And of course, if you are buying a property and think we are a good fit, do reach out to me on WhatsApp. So back to the video. After combing through all the units, what story does it tell us? I segmented the units available for sale down to the unit size as well. And remember how we found that there are 58 3-bedroom units in the area. In reality, less than 10 of them have lake views. And combining all the unit sizes, there are currently only 22 units of different unit sizes that have views of Jurong Lake Gardens. Secondly, if we look at the recent transactions in each development, none of the highest PSS transactions even had any lake views. This means that even an average price unit at LakeGarden at $2,152 per square feet is a fair price in my opinion. Thirdly, if we look at the price analysis of the most recent resale there, such as Lake Grand, the new launches LakeGarden and Sora have a narrow price gap. Add to the fact that Jurong Lake Garden views are so rare in the market today, I think that the pricing at LakeGarden is fair, and assuming that Sora also launches at around the same price range, it is also a safe entry price. Lastly, let's take a look at the layouts available and compare it with its neighboring competitor, LakeGarden Residences. Firstly, let's compare the smaller 2-bedroom layout. One key difference I noticed for LakeGarden is that there's larger kitchen spaces for small unit types. So if you're an investor, I'll definitely choose Sora over LakeGarden because for an even smaller size of 646 square feet, we get a dumbbell 2-bedroom 2-bath at Sora, versus LakeGarden which only has one bathroom and a smaller powder room. Next, for the larger 2-bedroom layouts, notice how Sora has a 2-bedroom plus study at the same size as a 2-bed 2-bath at LakeGarden, which is 732 square feet. Now LakeGarden has the larger 2-bedroom plus study layout at 775 square feet, where the study is tucked away separately. Value-wise, I still think that Sora beats out LakeGarden. Next, for the smaller 3-bedroom layout, or what we call the 3-bedroom deluxe, LakeGarden has a dumbbell layout and hence it is able to fit in all 3 rooms into a smaller size of 926 square feet. The kitchen also has a window, which means you can walk hay. On the other hand, Sora's 3-bedroom kitchen does not have a window, so you can't walk hay there. However, the good thing at Sora is that you have an extra space of 11 square feet, which allows this area called a flexi room to be created. So this is perfect for families if you, let's say, have a helper or just want a bigger living or dining area. This one is a close call, but I still prefer Sora slightly over LakeGarden. Next, for the larger 3-bedroom premium layouts, they both have the same size of 1,098 square feet, but the first key difference at LakeGarden is it is marketed as a 3-bedroom plus study. Sora is almost an exact copy, but notice how that the study area is now a home shelter. So Sora also manages to create a larger master bedroom, so depending on your needs, the choice can go either way. To get an actual 3-bedroom plus study at Sora, the size is bigger at 1,152 square feet, and it comes with not only a home shelter, but also a larger study room with a window. This again is very subjective based on your needs, so I can't decide the clear winner for the 3-bedroom premium layouts. Next, let's move on to the 4-bedroom layout, and both LakeGarden and Sora have private lifts and a junior master room tucked away on the other side of the unit. The size, however, differs by a lot. LakeGarden is at 1,335 square feet, while Sora is at 1,529 square feet. The additional 194 square feet at Sora goes into a larger living and dining area, a larger master bedroom, a small wasted walkway, and larger dry and wet kitchens. So all this will add up and will set you back an additional $388,000 at Sora. So from a value and quantum perspective, I think that LakeGarden is a better buy. However, if you're intending to buy and just stay for a really long time, you might value the larger living space on offer at Sora. Lastly, the 5-bedroom layouts also tell a similar story. LakeGarden's 5 bedrooms comes with 4 baths and is 1,550 square feet, which is only slightly larger than Sora's 4-bedroom, which if you remember was 1,529 square feet. However, Lake Garden's master bedroom is admittedly small. I mean, you already pay so much, but the master bedroom is not very shiok, right? Nevertheless, I think that if you are looking for the largest unit in the area, you can get a 5-bedroom at Lake Garden for the price of a 4-bedroom at Sora, making Lake Garden's 5-bedroom the best value proposition in the entire area. To summarize, I think that if you are an investor looking for smaller units, the 2-bedroom at Sora is the clear winner. The 3 bedrooms, however, are subjective depending on your needs, while the larger 4 bedrooms and 5 bedrooms at Lake Garden are better. To put everything together, who should be buying Sora? Now, I think that Sora does have its unique selling points, so if you are a buyer who is kind of 50% own stay and 50% investment, I think that Sora is worth considering. Looking at the pros and cons, I think that buyers of this development should also have a longer holding period, as much of the upside story will only come to realization 10 plus years from now. And with that, we are almost at the end. If you are a buyer looking for a property but have different weights between own stay and investment, not to worry, as I've also compiled and researched a list of alternatives that you can consider. So if you want access to that, just fill up the Google form link below or contact me on WhatsApp and I'll be happy to share it with you. Sora is expected to launch at the end of June, so as of now, prices are not released yet. But if you like what you see and think that I can value add to your property journey, a key thing that I can't do on YouTube is stack and layout analysis, analyzing the price differentials and premium that you should or should not pay. Choosing the right unit is as important as choosing the right development. So if you like what you see, do reach out to arrange a show flat preview viewing with me. And with that, thank you so much again. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our Own This Property YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.